Good morning, afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentle people. Welcome to the Valorant Oceanic Tour Stage 1 Open Qualifiers. That's right, we are now into the round of 8. Almost all these teams have secured themselves a spot into our group stages. If you are not familiar with how the Valorant Oceanic Tour works, well, the way it works is it's a best of 3 single elimination tournament. Started off with 128 teams, and we made our way all the way up to the top 8. But there's only 6 teams that may qualify. In these sort of scenarios, usually all 8 teams would, but 2 teams have already been invited to our group stages, and that was the winners of Valorant Oceanic Tour last season, or last year I should say, and that is your Order and Chiefs. So they're going to be seeded 1 and 2. This top 8 now will be playing off to get the top 6 seeds to be put into those group stages. Group stages will be then playing off in a round robin style against each of the other teams, and the leading teams that come out on top of that, they will be looking at going to the regional playoffs. And from there, if you can win that one, you'll be going and sending yourself on the stage to the APAC the APAC tournament, I believe, the APAC playoffs overseas. So that's where the aim of all of these teams and all of these players are trying to go is to those APAC playoffs, which is a different style to what we had last year. But it's still similar because you will be earning stage points in 2 stages this year. Not 3, but 2 stages. You got stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1, we're currently in now. Stage 2 will be coming up a little bit later in the year. And then the championship tour, so the teams that did score highest out of those points, will be happening in September. The winners from that, well, they'll be flying away and going to represent Australia or the Oceanic region on the big stage. Anyway, tonight, what we do have is all you lovely viewers starting to tune on in, and 2 well-stacked teams. That's right, we have Meow Meow. Meow Meow, well, they have players that have been pulled from all different teams, and they are top-class teams. We have players that have played from Direwolves. We got a CS player from Roosters, AGG, Peace, Team Bliss. Well, they're a collection of players across the finest of teams in the Oceanic region, and they will be taking the challenge to Iconic. Iconic, many of you may formerly know as Legacy Esports, but that's not the only thing these players have played for. They've also played for Straight Outta Zoo. Might ring a bell for some of you more older players in the scene. Also, we've got a little bit of AAAA, 4PF, and Tiny Turtles, a little bit of mixture from them as well. So both these teams, plenty of experience, plenty of time in the Oceanic region, and they've all shown some light on their skills. So we've got a fantastic match coming up here tonight. And speaking of matches, let's have a little delve into so far this tournament. So Meow Meow, they had a bye in their first series of the year, and that's put them up into the round of 64, where they went up against Vanguard Gaming. Well, Haven 13-0. They just demolished that. No quarter against their opponents. And then 13-4 on Ascent. When they went into round 32, however, it started to get a little bit more challenging for the team. On Breeze, they ended up taking that 13-8. On Bind, however, they ended up falling to their opponent, Wizard 101. They went down 13-11, but then they recovered and just kind of swept the competition with a 13-4 win. And then in the round of 16, again, they showed their dominance. Meow Meow versus McTeam. Meow Meow, well, Fracture, they went 13-1 and then followed that up with an Icebox 13-5. So not too much to talk about there. It was kind of pure dominance. While their opponents, Iconic, again, they also had a bye in the first round of 128, sorry. Then the next round of 64, their opponent forfeited. They knew what they were up against. They ran with the talent. I'm sure they had issues. They had to pull themselves out. Then, the Rice Cracker versus Iconic. Haven, 13-10 win to Iconic. Then Icebox, 13-9 win to Iconic. So, very close, but they were able to pull through there as well. Then finally, their last match in the series, which was last night, they were against Naked with Attitude and took them down with no quarter as well. 13-3. And then 13-5, and that was on Split and Fracture respectively. Well, my friends, we're in the lobby, the players are ready, and it looks like we are about to get underway. A few chats in the lobby going on, and then we'll be running up. So I just want to thank you all for tuning on in. Remember, there's plenty of Valorant across a lot of channels tonight. I know that Charisma is currently casting tonight. I think Digital Cast is also out and about. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, so Digital Cast, he's got Wildcard versus Honey Badgers on tonight, and then Charisma has Bonkers versus Fun Crew. So we have almost the entire round of 6 or round of 8, apologies, ongoing for you tonight. This is one match that's going to be missing out, and then it will be the seeding matches later on tonight. 8 versus 8:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Times, 10:30 for you in New Zealand, or if you're in Queensland like myself, 7:30. Plenty of times. Just follow the times down bottom or wherever I end up putting them. Anyway, I'm still trying to pad this out because there's a little bit more discussion going on in the chat. What seemed to have been getting pulled on into the next map looks like it's just been debunked a little bit. They're having some chat that's going on that's a little weird. Anyway, I do see some new followers to the channel. Thank you. I do see a lot of returning faces, and I hope you're going to be looking forward to some good news. Oh, actually, that's what I can do right now. I can throw us up a prediction so you can support your favorite teams while our two teams in game banter over stuff. I'm not going to go into it there, bantering over. That is behind the scenes, my friends. Behind the scenes. So you just have 10 minutes, probably 7 minutes from when you see this, to be able to get your predictions online. So show your support, show who you want to win, or if you don't have, you're not supporting either teams, predict who you think can win. I mean, that shows your support anyway. So hope you're all enjoying wherever you are. Hope you are enjoying your nights, morning, afternoon, if you're tuning in from overseas. And good news, we are starting to see some readies in game. So hopefully we get a start very shortly. And I'm sure you can hear it. It's starting to load. So we're about to jump on in, and our first map will be Bind. So let's get on over to that, and let's get ourselves in game. So while this loads, we were talking a little bit about maps before. So far in this tournament, Meow did win a 13-11 on Bind, so they've had quite a few rounds to deal with inside of Bind so far, but they've only had one map. Their opponents, Iconic, have not met anyone so far this year in the competitive setting in Bind. But as you do know, with ex-legacy players and being plenty of time in the scene, they're going to have a tremendous amount of experience. I also hope my overlays are correct. They could have changed on me. Let's hope they didn't. And why does my game always take forever to load at the start? There we go. We're coming on in. So let's just check our overlays looking good. Meow is not on the side I thought they were going to be on. Did they change sides on me? No. What am I doing? I'm doing something wrong. Iconic. No, everything's right. I'm just confusing myself. Don't mind me, my friends. So, let's have a little look at these agents, and I'm already happy we see ourselves a Brimstone. Why? Because I don't feel like we see enough Brimstones in the world. I love Brimstone. He was my main when the game originally came out, and I believe he offers so much utility that we don't generally get to see. But we will be seeing it here, as the difference is going to be your opponents, Meow will be rocking the Rays. Rays also another, actually both teams rocking the Rays. So, but as we continue talking about the Rays, it does offer a lot of potential on Bind, specifically their movement capabilities, and I feel like that the ultimate showstopper is one of the best ultimates here on this map, because there's usually a lot of great closed entry points where you see a lot of defenders hold off. For example, behind here, you jump up on top of the APC, and usually you can get two that are kind of watching two different angles. So it can be quite an interesting ability to be able to grab and capitalize upon throughout the map. And we also see a Sage. Sage we've seen kind of fall off the scene a little bit, but it really offers you that A take. Otherwise, A is a little bit difficult to be able to get on in. But with that Sage, it almost guarantees you to get a plant down. And if Sage can stay alive here in round number 1, well, it's going to be very difficult for that retake to come back on in. So a little bit of bullets trading backwards and forwards. No one's engaging too far forward at the moment. Great flash comes on out, and Jungle gets the first straight off the bat. They're going to swing and pick up Jungle, but they didn't figure out that Andy was still sitting around the corner with the grenade, but he's got a reload, and Clicker punishes that utility and reload that has to follow it up. And he's going to be looking around. He heard the teleport come on in. Ninum's going to be trying to chase this one down and cause a little bit of harassment on the other, and he knows that the spike is here. So he's going to be trying to harass him, and a beautiful shot. He hears the teleport coming through, and Punder's going to be able to clean that up. It's still 2 versus 2. Hooligan's going to swing back around. He heard Mike from behind. Mike does clean that one up, leaving it to Punder
I have the spike.
to pick up the spike. to return to Mike, and for Rackham to try and knock out 2. And that's how you start 1. He even gets himself some armor, go along with it. In the pistol round, that is going to be strong. And he can hear the noise. He swings around, he finds the kill.
You should stop trying.
And with that, Meow take the lead into this match. Very close from both these sides, trading backwards and forwards, not allowing anyone really to get stepped out of position. And then as the time was ticking, we saw a little bit of a rush to try and get that spike down, hoping to get that rotate in. But unfortunately, does catch him out. So, another thing to talk about, if you aren't familiar, because you've been living under the rock for the last 2-3 days, there was a patch. The patch has buffed the Ares. The Ares is such a goddamn strong weapon at the moment that everyone is picking it up. There's already calls for a nerf. And, well, you're about to see how strong this weapon can be. They've removed the charge up time and they've increased the firing rate. And you're about to see how effective that can be utilized, especially for when a charging team comes on through. And there we go. Jungle's already kind of predicting that someone would swing around the corner. It's not going to happen. He's going to push them off the line. The black hole almost pulls them in, and they're going to force across the snake bites. Jungle swung across, and here we go. There's a little bit of spray coming out on the other side, though. Ninum is trying to find the shot with the Marshall, but there's so many bodies there. He panics a little bit, and he can't find a kill. As they chase away Clicker, Clicker's going to be able to retreat. They're going to find themselves a Marshall if they wish to upgrade in that. Punda's thinking about it, but he couldn't get away and pick up that weapon. Potentially was thrown out of bounds, or it just fell out of bounds. Rackham and Andy. Andy's coming along. Once again, the Ares is prepared to take down multiple. He saw one. And the flash is going to come out. It's going to push him off the line, but he should be fairly safe here. And he is. So he starts spraying. 1, 2. Can he get the 3? Of course he can. As he looks for the 4, throws out the grenade. And, well, my friends, that is the power of the Ares. And Panda can't do anything about it. He's retreating. There's a spike is in the middle of nowhere. And the end of that push has come probably a lot earlier than they had wished. Oh, here's the noise. Rackham, I thought he may have seen him. Almost gave it up to Panda to get that kill, but just hears that sound cue as Panda was about to overstep his boundaries, and he gets totally shut down for it. Oh, voice, please. So now, we are now moving into the round 3 where we're going to see the buy coming from Iconic. Panda might... Oh, he does have full utility. Just by the scraps, he will be able to grab all that. And so will Duddy Boy. So far, we haven't really seen the Sage Ball being utilized yet. They haven't had the opportunity to really find that spot. Usually, you would see it over here on the A site, which actually we see a stack coming from Meow. Rackham's going to hear the noise and all the attention coming his way. He's only got 33 armor. He's hoping to just devour some souls and keep a little bit of extra money against his name. And that's not a bad move to place, especially with the Rainer allows you that capability. Ninum's been switched on through, so now he's kind of locked in here because he's not sure if someone's going to be watching him through mid. He could dash to avoid the damage, but he's got to kind of pay attention to Panda that's in here. So Panda's going to get hit from behind, causing a lot of distraction, and there's still no Ninum's in here. He's still taking a lot of spray, and he eventually goes on down. That's a freebie for Iconic, as now they're going to wait for the next, and they start to rotate. Clickers come on over with the spike, and they've completely started to hit the side, hoping that Meow has over-capitalized and their stocks will be crashing, but they're already prepared here. Hooligan is going to avoid this stun, oh, not the stun, the flash, and he's going to get picked off anyway. Duddy Boy able to clean that one up. That means a wall should go down, and they're going to pick off Jungle as he was trying to destroy the wall from behind. Panda cleans it up, leaving only Andy left, and Andy does take down one, but overall, Iconic keeping 4 members alive is huge for their economy. That allows them to be able to purchase full utility setup and continue to assault their opponents. Their opponents, however, they're also going to be able to run that full get up, but if they do lose this one, they will be going on a little bit of a back foot and trying to be trailing Iconic shortly after, because they'll be going on the eco round. Could be the first time we see them on an eco. So round 4, we're going to see the split from Iconic. They're gonna look to try to engage on a 1v1 scenario, trying to find a little bit of a pick, and anyone oversteps their position. On down at long, speaking of over aggression and overstepping their position, Ninum will go down to the double peak coming up long. And they're going to freely take that. Duddy Boy, he's still 3 ultimate points away from a resurrection. So there's no chance of that resurrection coming this round, because if he does manage to find a few kills, then it's not going to be quite required. But will they need that sixth man? Probably not at this stage. With the one man up and already starting to put some aggression onto their opponents, forcing them off lines, I feel like they're going to be quite comfortable. And Duddy Boy, oh no! He caught his opponent off guard, but he couldn't find the shots. He walked down, I believe, from that ledge, caused him to have that movement and inaccuracy penalty, which means he missed his shots and was being able to capitalize upon. So 4v4, we got an Empress available and also a Seekers if they do wish to try and push the site with the Seekers. And here we go, the Seekers now being deployed. They're going to start pushing. The flash comes on as well. Andy is not phased by this at all. He picks up one, sees the Seeker, gets the Seeker, and a second to top it off. Mike left, he goes on down, and that's the end of that round. As soon as it started, it comes crashing down in Iconic's face. And now they don't have the funds to be able to work with anything this round. You might see a few weapons coming out from maybe Panic and Duddy Boy. But for the most part, they will be underfunded. Their opponents, however, they're going to be pretty happy with what they got. Meow going to be looking at trying to take the challenge. They're splitting up. They're getting in a little bit of aggressive positions here. They got both their Sentinels. Actually, I just realized, not Sentinels, they got 3 duelists. That's something I didn't pick out before. So they are looking to take the challenges. That's an aggressive lineup. But they do still have that capability and utility of the Jets, Smokes, Reyna, the Flashes, to be able to provide that support on either getting onto sites, so they're going to be scary when they're on offense, or kind of defusing the situation as the team pushes on in. Still a little bit of time. They're waiting for that smoke to go down. If you aren't familiar with the changes, this is actually one of the changes that was made in the recent patch. It is no longer one large box. It is now a beautiful cart. You can jump up on there, and the one-ways aren't not really there anymore. I believe that a player will find a way, but it blocks off the entire sight line, allowing the offense a little bit easier chance to get onto point and not giving such a huge advantage to the defenders. So that is a huge change onto the entry of the A site. And we haven't really seen Iconic try to exploit that end. Clicker gets a kill with the Ares. He's going to take that. Flash gets his own teammate, but Duddy Boy believes in his teammate. Protect him. The orbital laser is going to come on out. It doesn't get the entire spot. They're trying to get a little bit of metal as well, just in case there's anyone standing back there. And he's going to see that smoke coming down, but he's going to get ready to push it. He does push it. He finds himself Duddy Boy. That is a huge pick. Hooligan's still trying to chase down Mike here, sitting in the corner. There's still a fight going on the other side, just outside. Click trying to hold on as long as possible. As now Ninum is getting prepared to storm on in. The Lear comes on out. It's not going to be able to do much effective. It's going to get burnt down. But Rackham, he's going to have a little peek around the corner. Gets protected by Ninum, leaving it only up to Punda. And also Mike. Mike, that's the way you want to start. He's found himself a weapon. There's no one still defusing it yet. Unfortunately, Satchel's not going to work. Neither will Mike. And with that, Meow. What looked like it could have been a little bit of a bad round for them, able to pull things back together and take minimal losses. Iconic, we suspected that to be a loss, but they did have a little bit of firepower in that round that they brought in, so they were hoping to secure a few more kills than what they actually did. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the case here, but the good news is they do have the Viper's Pit and the Showstopper about to come online. This should allow them on site, because the Showstopper usually forces people to back away of point and get real defensive and clear away the site. They just run. And the Viper's Pit will allow you to secure that and get that spike down, forcing your opponents to come in for that. And when I see... oh, we see the Showstopper be used aggressively there. Unfortunately for Andy, he didn't suspect it coming his way, and he's going to be able to take the full brunt of that. Clicker will grab himself a kill. So this is the way Iconic want to start their round. Hooligan's been able to get the first kill of the match now on the board, and that could be a crucial one here in this match. He's going to be looking for more. He dodged the snake bite, but Mike does actually clean it up, and thanks to the vulnerability that did clip him, did help him secure that kill. Ninum might get killed here by Punda. Punda checks the corner beautifully, keeping Panic alive. Rackham, the last one, he's going to find multiple. He does get one. He dismisses away. He's still got 3 more to do it. And, well, we can see that on our Empresses, but it's not going to be the case in this round. Actually, the Empress had already been used. My apologies. But she's still an Empress. So round 6, we still got plenty of ultimates on the board. We now have the 6 men available for Iconic. I don't think we've seen a kill from Dirty Boy for a couple rounds, so they were just from his deaths, unfortunately, to grab up into that resurrection. Probably a little bit later than he would like. We also now see the Blade Storm available for Meow Meow. We'll be seeing that there as he saved up, maybe able to purchase an operator if they do manage to find some damage this round. We'll see how well that does pay off for him. He's still being aggressive. He loves being aggressive and he loves coming down the slope. You're going to force at least one off the line, and Ninim's going to try and use that to get the kills, and there we go. What a beautiful headshot. Can he get the other? No, he can't. He's so close. And a little bit of damage. Oh, Ponder just out of range of that. Going to be quite happy about that as the resurrection comes back on the line, giving Iconic that a little bit of an advantage back to them. And it looks like Rackham, he's now rotated, using the cover of Dark to make it over to the other side to the teleport in case he needs to quickly rotate or catch his opponents off guard. Now I do like this Iconic. They're trying to split up the map, they're going to prepare for the next spot. What utility they still have, they still got the wall set up on the A site, so they can look down that sight line and make their way down through short, but the bulk of them is coming down long, and Hooligan has the one-way set up thanks to jungle.
I've got your trail.
And now the Seekers, they're being used, they see him coming out of the corner. Now the Showers is now starting to get all downright dirty, not cleaning there anymore as jungle still roaming around. It's going to be able to be cleaned up by Mike. The Viper's Pit is down and the site is there for the taking. And now Andy and Rackham are starting to make their retreat over onto site. It's going to be very hard for them to do too much here. They've got many bodies to have to deal with, but they don't have really that utility to clear out the angles. They have a single Leer. That's all going to give them a little bit of a chance. There's a showstopper if they wish to engage, but it looks like they've called it here. The round is over. Let's protect the finances we do have and keep that showstopper for the later round. So Iconic's going to be pretty happy about that. They kind of understand that their opponents are now kind of given away and given up on the site. They still got to be careful though, because someone could ninja in it, and that's why you still see Dirty Boy keeping a little bit of an eye on this. Mike's having a little bit of a check around the corner, still doesn't see anyone as of yet. I don't think he's going to get too over aggressive here. He doesn't really have anyone here to protect him to come out of this window. So Iconic going to be pulling this one back into a one-round lead against him. And starting to roll with the punches. And we're speaking about Nina, we're talking about the operator. And that's what happens. Use that Blade Storm really effectively, allows you to get to the operator safely. It doesn't really force you to have to go multiple eco rounds or pick up a little buys. It really gives you that power to move on forward. And again, we'll be seeing Ninum come down long and be challenging Panic. Panic's kind of been doing quite well dealing with Ninum down here at long. And look at that, very aggressive peaks coming on out. And strong push coming from Andy. He's got the showstopper. He's hoping to maybe push someone out into the sightlines of Ninum. He doesn't find anyone though. He was hoping to kill and get a weapon from it because he didn't look like he picked up any weapons. He couldn't afford it. And Punda actually this time picks up Ninum. And it's huge. We look away momentarily and Ninum goes down. Really unable to take control of B Long as much as he would like. And he's now kind of rocking a hard place at the moment. He's got nowhere to go. He's got a classic. Dirty Boy is chasing him down. He surely goes down here. Sure. As a little bit of engagement still taken. There we go. He calls in the reinforcements and they come in. And Rackham's now quickly trying to make his way back. But the rest of his team's fallen, and this was one of their rounds that they were hoping to secure. They did buy up big for this one. I'm not sure if he can actually jump over that wall. I think it might be a little bit too high for him. So he's just going to have to wait for it to fall. And, well, you can just see everyone now making their way coming this way. He's got to swing around the corner and it just gets killed by the firing squad. Iconic pulled this one back. Have a look at the scoreline. A little bit sorry for Hooligan at the moment. Not where he would like to be. Possibly get a few more kills on the board. And has died in almost every single round, unfortunately. So, same with Ninum. Ninum is able to find one kill, but he hasn't been able to string together multiple kills. But you do have 3 duelists, and they're all trying to be aggressive. So this could be one of their strategies. Allow Ninum the space to be aggressive in these one-on-one picks. If he gets one, awesome. If he gets 2, even better. But you're almost expecting him to pick up a kill each time, and that's what he's doing. A huge stack here coming on in, and they're all just gonna burn. Panic gets one, and they force him out the front, straight into the fire of Punda, but Punda's gonna go down, thanks to the Ares, everyone's most loved and hated weapon within 3 days. And Duddy Boy is gonna get a nice little kill through that smoke. As now the Molotov's gonna force it. Oh! What a shot by Andy. And now he's upgraded his firepower. What seemed to have been disastrous for Meow here in Hookah, as they were getting sprayed on out with firepower galore. Even calling in the outer space agencies. I've now suddenly turned it back around. Jungle still only has a sheriff to his name, but Andy is here and he knows that there's some weapons. You can't see it, but even Punda is throwing out the nice shot, which is totally expected. It was beautiful. A little bit of lapse. Still have no idea where their opponents are at the moment, and he's still holding Hookah, because this is one of the safest locations for him to hold. His opponents may think he's rotated back out, and he hears that wall coming up. If he delays his little peek, oh, he almost delayed it enough. Duddy Boy almost turned away, but did quickly see it and swung back around.
Spike planted.
And the Viper's pitted out. It's going to be very difficult for Jungle to be able to break the hold that Iconic have over this site. He's going to make his way in. You can see him. He's pushing. He's prepared to have a little bit of a sniff of where his opponents are. Around. He doesn't see anything yet. He sees one. Beautiful shot, but he almost cleans that one up. Iconic reel in a 4th round. Their funds is like the fountain of youth at the moment. It's just making them look radiant. Meow though, they're struggling. They need some water. They need some help. This is the round they need to clean up to stop their opponents from kind of running away this first half. They've secured 4, which is reasonable. You want at least 4, especially when it comes to round half. So the most your opponent's going to get is 8, and they have reasonable score lines to come back from. So anything better here is going to be them to be able to stem the bleeding, because it looks like Iconic is all over the game right now. A little bit of damage, going to force him off the line. He's going to make himself up, just hoping that Rackham had completely go off. He didn't suspect all 3 duelists to be keeping an eye on that single location. And now the Astral Divide's going to come on up. He's going to try and break him off. Hooligan's been trapped from all different angles. He does have to help from jungle. He's going to be afraid that someone's coming from behind him. You can see him kind of already angled that direction. The brimstone smoke being a pain, completely obscuring any vision they would hope to have. Now they're starting to make their way onto site. They're starting getting ready to push on through. They start pushing through that Astral Divide. They quickly gets behind the wall. Hooligan even peeks through again and gets the kill. Dirty Boy's gonna come around, gonna get shut down by Ninum. Hoping up to click it. He gets the 1. The defuse got cancelled. It's all up to no one as Panic falls and the defuse comes on in. That's the round Meow needed, and that's the round that they ended up securing. So we're now on an equal scoreline. Funds are still in favour of Iconic. They'll still be able to bite the next 2 rounds, even if they win or lose. Their opponents, though, they've now given themselves enough of a buffer that they can buy for the final half. So we should be seeing equal firepower all the way through here, as both teams still contending to try and pull ahead in this match. Round 11, and this time looks like we're going to see Iconic maybe look at come down the mid again, not just leaving it up to Punda. Punda's been doing quite aggressive pushes, trying to push them off the line, but all the duelists are here out B side completely. Oh, he's going to see the Trailblazer. He gets hit by it. It's been locked down. He does quickly dash away. Ninum's almost been killed. They're coming out for the flash. They're pushing him hard, but Ninum still gets the double. Somehow he survives, gets the double, and then helps secure the round as Mike's the last one left. He was down to 70 hit points, dazed, but that's not going to take down your good duelist. And as I mentioned, that's all they're expecting from Ninum. Get a trade, but he got double, and as soon as he gets the double, Meow are up so far. Unfortunately, we will be seeing Mike go down here. It's going to be very difficult to get 4 here. Ninum's got the head lined up. And there we go, Ninum. Big round for him, bringing him up to 8-8 on the KDA. Bringing him up to parity. Where you want him to be, as he's been ultra aggressive in finding those trades. And he's going to be picking up the operator. They're thinking about throwing it to Ninum. Is Ninum confident? There we go. Ninum didn't want Andy's pathetic, poor, terrible skin. He wanted his own skin. So it better be a good looking skin there, Ninum. As he does buy himself the operator. He's going to go for the quick peek down into just past the showers, past the lobby. He's going to find himself one. He almost actually got himself a collateral. That's a freebie. They're going to take freebies all day, every day. They didn't suspect this. They've been completely holding on to the fact that the duelists have been holding down B site. And you see the rotation that Rackham is the only one now walking onto that site. And with the resurrection coming on up, it evens the playing field again. But now they know the operator is in play and Ninum is on the charge. So they've got to be afraid. Are they going to look at dual peeking this at the same time and going for this potential trade? Do they suspect this is where Ninum has rotated? Is the next good thought. All will be revealed at 9. And then boom! Ninum says, well, Danny boy, you've traded your life for the resurrected target. Let's see if it's worth it. And now they're starting to push off the angle. Ninum doesn't get anything. The showstopper comes out, but doesn't find the kill. Punda whiffing what seemed to have been the opportune moment to be able to secure them this round. But now, that is it. 7-5. Showstopper going off target there.
Switching sides.
Oh, that hurts. Punda is not happy about that. He's gonna feel that into this half. He's gonna try and put that one behind him. Might make him think twice when he uses the showstopper, and you really need that showstopper to be an aggressive powerhouse to open up that site and find you those kills. So Meow, they did lose the first couple of rounds, and they started kind of losing that momentum, but all of a sudden they were able to click on one of these rounds, and they were able to start pulling consecutive rounds back to back to be able to put themselves a lead here on Bind. Remember, friends, this is a best of 3. This is only match number 1, and these teams are star-stacked with some of the best players of the Oceanic region. Punda throws out the shorty. He's not going to be able to get much there. Unfortunately, Ninum is going to show him why the classic is still bad. And Andy gets a bit of a kill with a good leer, being able to lock them into place. Gets double, opens up the side. Mike comes from behind, hoping to get something. Will be able to. Ooh, he's going to trade the snake bite, but he's going to get out and pick on off. Duddy Boy, last one remaining by Cloak, and he even takes a freebie for his pains. Oh, actually, wow, the snake bite actually killed one back in hookah. That's a little bit unfortunate there, and same with Andy's taking a lot of damage there. This is feasible. So as we're in a little bit of lax, I just want to mention, I do apologize if the camera angles start getting a little bit off. Unfortunately, the most recent patch has bugged our spectator observer functions. It's changed the keybinds around, so it makes it a little bit more complicated. But yeah, we'll see how well we can go to keep up with the action. So Duddy Boy is now making his way onto side. He's going to be very close to finding jungle, and will he engage? He sees the cross on over, and he's going to be coming on out. And now Duddy Boy takes damage. He needs to try and do something here. The bomb is ticking, and unfortunately, there's only so much you can do in those scenarios without the teammate to back you up. So Meow will be again taking the pistol round in this match. And that should secure him another round, putting them up potentially 4 above their opponents of Iconic. But, ooh, we are seeing a force spike coming out of Iconic, and we're seeing Ares all over the place, with Duddy Boy thinking that he can rock this one alone with the Marshal, but the rest of them are going to have some scary firepower to play with. We'll see how well they're doing. They're all stacking up here. They're trying to get someone up top here, and they do. Duddy Boy has now made his way on top. He's prepared with a Marshal, hoping to find any damage there. It's Panic and Clicker will be trying to deal with this. And then Clicker, he reveals he's got the Ares, but he will go down to a headshot. Panic tries to get some utility down to help him out, but his teammate is already down and out. Now their opponents know that there's potentially a force buy that has come on up. And they're going to be trying to avoid the damage, and the damage is still coming out from the Ares. The Ares is still paying off wonders here. Duddy Boy getting helped out by his teammate, but he loses one into the elbow. Still 2 versus 2. Hooligan has now also upgraded to the Ares. They're all holding lines. They're all holding angles. Who's going to come out on top? That's the question. Jungle's throwing out all the snake bites. He's like, hey, get on out of here. And then they get counter Ares by Hooligan. Being an absolute man. She's going to fake the plant, making a lot of noise, and Hooligan knew what was happening. He wasn't going to fall for that one. So Iconic almost pulling a sneaky cat out of the hat. But Meow Meow scratched him on the way out because they were not having any of their magic shenanigans. So round 15, 2 rounds down. Iconic looking to lose their third, unfortunately, because their sneaky little buy did not go the way they were hoping. It was doing a little bit of destruction, but good trades kind of enabled Meow Meow to keep up and keep on top of that aggression. So Ninim's going to be using the help of the defensive Viper wall to make his way up long. He's going to be looking on in. The Black Hole's been thrown on down. Almost cutting off Ninim's own sightline there. A little bit of friendly fire. Smoke comes on down. He sees Clicker. They swing for it. Clicker's still trying to fight this, and Clicker goes down for his insolence. As now Panic tries to go for one too. It's just marshals all over the board. The 2 marshals are down, but Punda, and we know how great he is on the Sheriff. Gonna be able to pick up one. Starts spraying, picks up the second. Grabs himself a Rackham for his troubles. He's going to be still helping out. He knows one's behind him. Junker's got the Ares himself. He's trying to find more shots to the chef. He almost gets it. Unfortunately, he can't. Duddy Boy, however, does. Picks up the weapon, but Hooligan does not allow him to retreat to safety. Iconic almost stealing that round from their opponents. If that Viper had died or Duddy Boy pick got away from there into elbow, that could have been 2-on-2, 2-on-1 situation where Meow Meow would have lost that. But luckily, Meow Meow is starting to bring in some bank. They are losing a few players on the way, but they do have the funds to keep on taking it to their opponents. And even now, you see Ninim's going to be able to have the Blade Storm, so he'll be able to salvage any economy this round, get at one step closer to the Operator if he decides to pick it up, which is not as common on the offensive side, but it's always something you must be wary of. Punder's getting ready. He's hoping for that push to come on in. He hears the lead. He's going to try and counter that. It's going to block off the front door. Over on the other side, though, it's going to be a little bit of engagement. Panic loses his teammate, but can he return fire? He does. Ninim is going to try and come back up, walk over the top of his friends, and maybe find himself a weapon, because the weapons have not moved. That should give him a little bit more firepower if he does run out of the Blade Storm. Jungle's going to be able to clean up one, so Meow Meow's starting to equalize the favor in this match. As now Mike's going to have to be on the retreat, get into a more defensive position. But the spike still has to be picked up here from Meow Meow. They still haven't completely committed, and what a shot by Panic! And that is what Meow Meow, oh my god, Meow Meow were relying on. Ninim almost finding the kill there. Duddy Boy able to survive, gets the heal back up, so it brings him up to close to 100. Oh, actually it will get him to 100. Just. But what do they decide to do? They've got 2 weapons available. They got no armor left on Duddy Boy, and they're up against 3. It looks like they might be thinking about playing at the ace up. They do hit the spike go down at B, and they're going to swing back around. They're going to come try and take the challenge to their opponent. So keeping weapons is not an option, and Duddy Boy, well, he's showing why it's not an option. He finds one, he's got to find 2 more. He's going to swing on out, he's got the help from Mike. Mike is able to protect both of them and keep them alive just ever so longer. It's all up to Jungle now to try and defend the Steve Fuse. And we just got to see Mike hold. Mike's holding. He's going. He's going. He's holding. They don't suspect it. Pros don't fake. Oh my god, he does get the kill at the final moments, but Duddy Boy there is to capitalize upon it. What that does do is not allow Iconic to get an extra weapon through the round. It throws over an extra ultimate point to Jungle, bringing him so closer to that Viper's Pit. And, well, Iconic are now going to continue struggling with their finances. You can see that they're going to be forced buying up here because one of their members had a weapon, so all of them decide they're going to have a weapon. I was just reading some of your chats. You guys are ridiculous. But I do appreciate you all being here and staying relatively clean. Not throwing out insults. If I do see any insults between each other, I will have to take a little bit of action. We don't mind some banter, but when it gets personal, that is out of here. And I do appreciate you all coming along, supporting both these teams, supporting these players, and our Oceanic action. So an Astral Divide's been used as well as the Viper's Wall. They're starting to look coming on in. Duddy Boy wants to push it, but he's a little bit afraid and he's hesitant. And you can't blame him, as now the Vipers starting trying to lock down a little bit more of these angles. And here we go. We got the Showstopper. Showstopper's looking, and it's not going to land. Panda, 0 for 2 so far in this match out of those Showstoppers. Actually, I think he got 1. But, the last 2 Showstoppers, 0 for 2. And Panda's coming around the corner. He's got the Judge. He's going to cause a little bit of chaos, and there he gets it. Beautiful little chaos, and well, the fly and raise. That's the capability that you don't see on many heroes. Yeah, with that iconic, that ended up being a beautiful round. Cleaning up their opponents, keeping their weapons, losing nobody means that they kind of secured themselves a chance to call back at their opponents a little bit safer. Because this will allow them to buy up the next 2 rounds if they do lose, which they're going to be aiming to make sure to slow down Meow Meow just a little bit longer. So Panda and Mike will be rocking the A-site defense as the entire team of Meow are now coming towards them. Will they be purring like a kitty, or will they be shot down shortly? Yeah, I'm trying to find the shot with the Sheriff, takes a little bit of damage, but it's going to be pushed off the line a little bit, didn't do too much there. Mike trying to hold on point, he clears up the lead, but they're moving straight through into lamps. And unfortunately, Mike goes down from a beautiful shot, 1-shot Rackham. I'm just trying to do a bit of damage. He knows that there's a few around in this corner. He's locked him into place. He swings, he gets 1. And then Rackham swings around the corner with the arrows, trying to find some more damage. He's going to throw out the paint shells, but he can't find the kill. He forced Hooligan to come towards him, but he doesn't get the kill. Doesn't trade it off. Duddy Boy doesn't see anyone looming around outside of lamps. Panic's trying to slow them down coming out through lamps as well. There's 30 seconds on the clock and Meow Meow have to make a move. And they decide they're going to quickly rotate. They swing. They run. They've forced the entire side of Iconic coming over the A site. And well, they're still suspecting someone here. They're even going to try and use and bait out Panda's lifeless body. That's now got some kick to it. To see if anyone was still looming around here. It's not going to be the case, but they do have an Empress and a Showstopper available for Meow Meow. And the first one has been used. Are they going to look at Andy and look at using that Showstopper as we can start hearing the shots coming on out? You might see Andy pull out that shortly, because if he gets some sniff or some communication that someone is there, he's going to find you, and Rackham gets the one from behind. Now Hooligan tries to find the kill. It's not going to be the case. Andy does not use it, and then Duddy Boy cleans it up, getting the double. He gets the resurrection, gets the double, and that puts him a lot speedier recovery to get in the next resurrection online. Another solid round for Iconic against their opponents. Now Meow Meow have to try and decide what they want to do here. They're going to be buying on up, but are they going to start trying to switch up their strategies? Because it almost looks like Iconic is now reading them. They're going to be swinging their lurk over jungle, potentially causing a little bit of chaos and noise over the A site. There's 3 this time over the A site. They've rotated over Duddy Boy. It looks like they might be going for a little bit of a push. They're going to make sure they get the ultimate orb, and they're going to get that Showstopper potentially, where if my observer hotkeys would stop breaking. 1 step closer to being online. A kill for Panda equals a Showstopper available to destroy Meow Meow. And Duddy Boy, what a shot! This man is absolutely tearing apart Meow Meow at the moment. And that's what you want. You want your Battle Sage to be able to rack up those numbers, bring you online over and over again. The resurrections have been key in these fights. And we're going to see the first Showstopper being used. He's searching. Andy's hunting for it. Shows far this game. Showstoppers haven't been 100% effective, but this time it is effective. His life is traded. Panic is trying to help on out. He gets the double, and then Duddy Boy comes in to secure himself another one for this game. Huge work there from Iconic to shut down the aggression from Meow Meow. And they're 1 step away from equalizing this game straight back up. 5-round spree they're looking for. That's a killing frenzy, if you'd ever seen one. I think that's killing frenzies in Halo at 5. I haven't played Halo for like 2 weeks, so I'm a little bit rusty. Duddy Boy's even decided he's gonna be the operator. God, this is gonna be interesting. He flicks, he does not score, but Punder's there to be able to capitalize on that one. But now, there's a little bit of fear into their opponent's hearts. They hear the teleport and clicker. Well, my friend, you are not where you want to be. There's 2 Ares around for he gets a nice flash. He actually comes around the corner and finds the kill. But now, Mike's going to try and come down and avenge his fallen comrade. He gets the one, he gets the double.
Spike down A.
Now it's just up to Ninum. This is an eco round, so it is not a huge deal if Meow Meow loses, but they're hoping to try and remove at least some weaponry from their opponents to make it a little bit easier to capitalize on their next win. Duddy Boy though. Duddy Boy. Oh no! He barely misses the shot. Ninum survives with his life, but he's going to walk into the sightlines of Mike, and Mike will clean that one up. Okay. Round 21, and we are even Stevens. Also, shout out to the guy named Steven Chat. Your name kind of prompted that little saying there for me. So, with Meow Meow losing 5 consecutive rounds, they've now got some firepower. This is a must-win round. Otherwise, their morale's going to continue wondering what to do in this scenario. And look at that, the one way is still kind of present, even though it was changed a little bit. As I mentioned before, with the being a cart and not a double-stacked box. And I'm still hunting. He looks around the corner. He heard the noise and Mike says, thank you for the attack. The shot comes out and Ponder gets the double. He makes up for the previous missed shots, which were 2 in a row, my friend. And he's going to get the double, which will help them get ever so close to wrapping up this round and securing this map number 1. Beautiful flash gives them the knowledge that there is someone around this corner, someone sitting here. And Mike's going to clean that one up. So Mike has gone from 1 ultimate point up to 6 in the matter of 2 rounds. He's very close to that Viper's Pit, and that Viper's Pit can really lock down and make Meow Meow's life just ever so more difficult. And Meow Meow, they're going to try and rock the Ares strategy themselves. So far, it hasn't necessarily paid off so much. I think coming from both sides, it's been like a 25% success rate, because we've seen it 4 times, I believe, in this match so far. But they're going to be trying to do the best they can to try and make this one work. They're going to be locking down and trying to take the fight to the B side. Daddy Boy goes up. He goes and finds himself a Ninum. He may have missed the first time in the last map. Oh, sorry, last round. But he gets him this time. You won't get him twice. Daddy Boy even comes in for a cheeky little blind fire, hoping that someone wants to be the recipient for his letter. Now Panda going to be hunting. Looking for more. He gets the swing, but Jungle's got the Ares. And he will find that kill. Now Snakebite comes on out, and there's plenty of wall and utility trying to be used on both sides here to try and stop the push coming on site. The pit comes on out, and now what can they do to utilize this pit? They're being surrounded from all sides at the moment. Duddy Boy, Clicker, Mike, they're all prepared for anything that comes their way. Or are they? Hooligans coming up from the side here. He's going to start trying to pull in some black holes. Mike is still suspecting someone is coming through this showers, and he looks away. This gives Hooligan the chance to open up into a position. He gets it back of the head. He starts shooting for a second. There we go. He finds the 2, and that is the patience that Hooligan had before he started pushing onto sight. The spike has now finally been planted. Now throughout the Molotov trying to break anyone off these sightlines, and then Duddy Boy and Panic are trying to find multiple. Oh no, Rackham does get the judge. He's met his fates, leaving it up to Duddy Boy. He might try and salvage this operator, and he's gonna slowly walk on out of here. Oh, actually no, he's gonna throw his operator away, and he might find himself a weapon to try and challenge the opponents. He wants to make sure that Ninum doesn't get a chance to operate that operator. He's making a lot of noise. He's firing all over the place at the moment. And unfortunately, because he was rocking the Vandal, there was bullet trails. And because the bullet trails were there, he was able to be traced down and found by Hooligan. Finally, Meow, after losing 6 consecutive rounds in a row, but they did previously pick up 6, so it kind of evens out. But now, they're standing tall. However, their funds aren't looking the same thing. Ninim's going to be able to pull out the Bladestorm this round so he can survive this round. Andy, someone I believe... Oh, no, Andy? Yeah, someone I think bought for Andy. Flash's going to come on down. He knows that someone's down around the corner here. He's going to back off into this Viper's pit. Doesn't really want to be trying to take anything to there. The concussion comes on out, but it's not going to land. Mike's going to throw up the wall, hoping to dissuade anyone else coming. They hear so much damage coming around this corner at the moment. There's an ultimate orb if they wish to take it. Who will they give it to? They will give it to Hooligan that gets one step closer to the Astral Divide. Hopefully, being able to bring it up before the end of this map number 1. Iconic, they're not really overstepping their position. They're not overstaying their welcome either. They're trying to keep in a defensive location so they have plenty of angles to retreat to and keep to safety if the proverbial crap hits the fan. Like, it's not really proverbial if I actually say crap. Dirty Boy cleans up one, so that's going to be quite useful for him. He's trying to force anyone off down A, B short. Quick is going for the spray. Both players got the Vandals, so they're both getting away their locations, are able to try and spray control to pick each other off. Not going to be the case. They're just going to both take a little bit of damage and get on out before they lose their lives. Ninim's still pushing up heavily. He's making a lot of noise. They do know he's in here. He's going to be watching. He hears the he hears the slow come out and he pushes the advantage. Clicker gets a nice flash. He's coming out from lower. He does clean up one. He gets the second one with the help of Punda as they work together. But Rackham, he's coming on in. He's going to plant the spike. It's going to be up to Mike to try and defuse the situation. He's going to see the plant going down. Mike doesn't expect it to be holding, and it is. Each player in Iconic gets themselves a kill.
Match point.
As Bob the Builders would say, working together gets the job done. And that's what Iconic have done. They have built themselves up over this map. They're starting to, you know, create an unscalable build in here at the moment. Meow just unable to get their claws in and start climbing the challenge that Iconic have presented them. And, well, Iconic about to take map number 1. Meow are not going to lay down. Flash comes on down. They get a little bit of knowledge that there is at least one down. Long Panic avoids the concussion. He hears a lot of the noise. He takes the challenge. He gets away with his life. And then Clicker here, still holding his angle, gets the double with the help of Panic. He gets the flash. He swings the corner, gets the third. Ninim now. Going to be on the hunt. Unfortunately, Clicker picks up number 4. All up to Jungle. Jungle sidesteps, dodges, matrices Dirty Boy's bullets, but he's still got to find 3 more in this map. Clicker, team player here, getting all the heals on out. And they know there's just a Viper left. If they're being able to track the utility, they know he's got a snake bite. He's going to see the Trailblazer. Oh, he avoids the Trailblazer. Oh no, the Trailblazer spotted him. Turns around at the last moment. Flash didn't land, but Jungle, however, does. Eventually goes on down. Punda picks him up from the side, and map number 1 goes to Iconic. Iconic. Almost let that map run away from, but able to eventually turn that one back around. Andy picking up the kills for his team. Just was not enough to secure them that victory, while the rest of Iconic, you know, actually this is probably the most even lobby I've ever seen. There's so minimal difference between the KDAs on everyone throughout the match. It is unbelievably close. There had to be a winner, and in this case it was Iconic. So that was map number 1. We still have another map coming up. We potentially have a third map in the making with these 2 teams. We will be going to a short break. The teams are going to have themselves a little bit of a water break. I'm going to have myself a little bit of a water break. And I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We'll be back in about, I'd say, 3 minutes. So make sure to tune back in, because more Valorant Oceanic Tour Stage 1 Open Qualifier action is coming up shortly.